Hey guys, this is Akshay. Today we will be talking about PCM, so migrating existing products to Content Hub, product content management. Before we get to that, this is a very common question. Hey, is PCM PIM? No, it's not. PCM is not equal to PIM. PIM typically is a system which aggregates product information from multiple sources and then also is a way to syndicate your main product content to different distribution channels. So, assume you are a hardware company. PIM holds all the true information for a product, and then it's what is used to syndicate through different distribution channels to, say, Home Depot or other distributors online and offline to their system. So that's the true representation of your data. Now, a PCM, product content management, lets you enhance or enrich that data. So you're adding user-friendly content which can be displayed on multiple channels like web, social networks, any other kind of systems where user is actually seeing this content, third-party sites. So PCM lets you add on this additional information and enrich the product data. One of the things which is really interesting, which we've been seeing a lot of while dealing with customers with Content Hub, the Content Hub team, or other agencies who are dealing with Content Hub, I asked the question, hey, by any chance, is there existing methods available for me to push content from existing systems to DAM, to PCM, to CMP? And the answer is always no. No, it's typically customers who start this are starting fresh. They are not porting over existing content, or they'll port over existing content but another period of time, so they start off with a clean slate. So to me, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I would want to start with my data up there. I would want my editors modifying things inside of Content Hub itself. So my goal has been for the past couple of months is to push this effort we have where we're writing this Azure function-based applications which are pulling and pushing data into DAM, pulling and pushing data into PCM and CMP. The next question, again, obvious question, is are there any integrations from PCM into XP or Sitecore XP or Sitecore Commerce? The answer is no. But I believe in Sitecore 10 there is a sample project which lets you synchronize, but I haven't looked it up. But again, Content Hub provides a really good API. So far I haven't had any issues manipulating entities inside of Content Hub at all. So I would just continue to use that. So for DAM, one of my previous videos you could check out on our website, konobos.com, or on our YouTube channel. We dealt with m.asset and m.asset type. DAM by far is the most complicated of all the different pieces inside of Content Hub. PCM is a little bit easier. CMP is much easier than this. So for PCM, we'll be mainly dealing with m.pcm.product and m.pcm.product family. I also deal with taxonomy, which we dealt with our previous video when we were uploading the DAM content for the asset. We had a taxonomy which created the taxonomy items if they didn't exist, and it tagged it to the asset itself. One of the other things the upcoming video will deal with the CMP, so look out for that. So these are the two main things we'll be dealing with. The process is pretty simple at this moment. I'm not going to tackle the syncing back into another system like XP or XC at this moment, but similar fashion to how we did the DAM, we have a process in Azure Functions which drops items in a queue from the external system. It gets picked up, pushes it to Content Hub, waits for the feedback, and then closes it out. So it creates products and product families if they don't already exist. And also we continue to use Azure Functions because it makes a lot of sense, especially dealing with Content Hub APIs, the speed. Things have to wait, especially to deal with assets. Obviously for products we don't have to, but anything asset based you have to sit and wait. So Azure Functions play a good part, and also instead of running it from your local machine, it just makes sense to throw it out there. So let's stop here. I will show you a quick demo, and then we will wrap up this short video today. Okay, let's walk through the PCM. So if you do have PCM enabled, and typically when you buy the DAM product, PCM is usually with it depending on your needs, but once PCM comes through, it's split into 3 different things. And again, the whole way the Content Hub was built is a product can speak with, have connections to assets, obviously, which are in DAM, as well as the CMP content types as well. So I set up a catalog in here. You could have multiple catalogs, each catalog representing a different part of your business. Each catalog can have products. I haven't gone through the whole workflow of this one because I just created them. You could have product families, and the product families are independent of the catalog, and you can actually use it between multiple catalogs. I created a few. These 2, family 1, family 2, were automatically created with the testing we did, and I'll go through the code a little bit. And then products by themselves, again, you can create them. They have like typical properties. You can extend them if you need to. You could add 1 or more product families if you choose to. This one only has 1, and also you could tag it to 1 or more catalogs if you choose to, if this product exists. And then all the other attributes you can extend just like any other. As long as you have access to the schema, you can absolutely do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize this for now, and then we'll come back here. This is a sample application. On the right is the output of me running Azure Functions locally, but the queues exist on Azure itself. On the left we have our sample application, which we use to test as well as push data back and forth, especially for DAM. For PCM, it pulls it from an external system, but I'm going to just push a couple of sample products. So products are pretty simple. So it first goes through and checks if the product family exists. If it does exist, then it doesn't create them. It just gets the reference. If the product families don't exist, then it creates them. So first the messages get dumped into this PCM queue, and then it gets processed and pushes it to the product family queue. Here we essentially get the we're using Web SDK, which is one of the best ways to connect to Content Hub. You could use the API method and call directly. I don't find a need to, because this is a .NET Core app running on Azure Functions, so I don't see a need for this. But essentially what I'm doing is, based on the message I get back, I deserialize it, go through all the product families, find if I have product families. If I do, I get the ID. If I don't, I create one, and then push it to the next stage, which is the create product. In here, essentially we're setting a few attributes for the product. And again, this is all m.pcm.product. We add relationship to the product family, and then we add relationship to the product, save it, and then the queue is done. This is where we terminate. So if we were to look at our products at this moment, so I'm going to go back here. We created 2 products, as you can see. We'll go into one of them. I added some sample information. So in the HTML, we added a p tag. We have a short description. We tagged it to the 2. We gave it a number, the name and the label, and then also we tagged it to the 1 catalog we have. And again, this is just a demonstration of what you could do. What I found is once you work with the web SDK and you get used to it, now that I've done quite a bit of work, this seems so simple to me. So tagging things, adding taxonomies, linking to different types seems very easy once you start adding it, and I love using Azure Functions. Again, thank you so much for watching our video. Here's some of the information about our company if you need to get in touch with us. Also, follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll be pushing a lot more content on Content Hub. What I find very frustrating, and I've said this in the community setting several times, is that I find a lack of information very frustrating. People who are figuring this out could easily put this out so that it's easier for the others to come in and not have to go through the same troubles you do. So please, if you have knowledge, share, don't withhold. And again, thank you so much for watching this video.